let people think they got a chance. This is my show. This is my camera. I run it. Oh!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Outside the Playbook. We live. Can you hear me now? So it's been a lot of discussion the past couple days about this Insights to Excellence by Michael Jordan on NBA on NBC telecast the other night. Before we get into that, get this video a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all things outside the playbook. Insights to Excellence, Michael Jordan, he was talking about load management. It's a very, very heated topic amongst NBA fans, former players, current players. Everybody's talking about lessening games so they can play more, things like that. Then Michael Jordan has something to say about it. So we're going to listen to what Mike had to say. Then we're going to offer some commentary.
Insights to Excellence with Michael Jordan. He spoke about load management and how he would play through injuries and flu games for anyone and everyone that would come to the games to watch him. Here's the full episode.
The term load management has become such a hot button in the NBA.
I know you were going to talk about that one.
Because you played 80 games a lot. You played 82. What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, you know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me, and I want to shut him up. You know, he's calling me all kinds of names. I definitely want to shut him up.
Right.
You have a duty that if they're wanting to see you, and as an entertainer, I want to show, right? So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it.
There's the point everybody is confusing, okay? He's not talking about going out on the basketball court, one leg hanging on, and still playing the game. Right? He's not talking about that. He's talking about going into the NBA season, going to the front office, going to the coaching staff with a list of games saying, I'm not playing these games, or I'm not playing back-to-backs this season, things like that, right? So there's a lot of misconception about what he's getting at. What he's saying is, if I can go, I'm gonna go. He also mentioned somewhere in here about the flu game or the food poisoning game or whatever. All right, we'll let him talk about it.
But physically, if I can do it, and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens.
So give me the first time that you came to that fork in the road in your career where you could have sat down and missed a game, but you fought through.
Started my career.
Okay.
I twist my ankle. And I had a teammate. He says, "You twist your ankle, young fella. Come over and sit with me. You know, this is you need to." I said, "No, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. You know, I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact." And I twisted my ankle. I taped it up, and I went back out and I played. I always felt that. I always felt the necessary need that I could never leave my comrades out if I could perform, right? Even if I couldn't. You know, Utah, great example. You know, everybody said the flu game. It's game 5, which is a very pivotal game. I was going to find a way to get out there, even if I was a decoy. Well, once I got out there, you know, you never know how, you know, pushing yourself, you never know what happens, right?
So that night you got out there and you found you could do more than you thought you were going to be able to do.
Next thing you know, the emotions, the situation, the need.
His adrenaline got going, all right? And he's correct. Sometimes once you get out on the court, get your sweat going, you start feeling the energy, you start feeling the adrenaline. Now, the worst part is when you're no longer flying on that high, that adrenaline anymore. Oh, pardon my distraction. The Baltimore Ravens on Thursday Night Football. Lamar Jackson just came back, so I'm splitting my attention. But what Mike is essentially saying is sometimes you got to find out where your limits are. You got to find out what your body is really capable of on a certain night. Even if it feels like, you know what, I'm not 100%, you got to give something to find out, like I said, where that limit is. And if you have teammates and in a big game, right, you got to come through if you're that guy.
Speed of the team, you know, all those things catapulted me to, I'm going to gut this thing out. You know, back to your point of what load management is, you know, you play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work or your next, you know, challenge.
Now, he's not saying don't do anything the other 21 hours except for basketball-related things, except for getting ready for the next game. That's not what he's saying. He's saying you practice for this amount of hours, you have so much more time on your hands throughout the course of your day to prepare. Physically, mentally, there's some players that because of their age maybe or because of the severity of the injury, they have around the clock work on their body to try to get ready for the next night. That's what he's actually saying. Now, here's what bugged me so bad, okay? Everybody's making it seem like, all right, Michael Jordan retired midway through his career. It was the ultimate load management. That ain't what it is, all right? We're going back. We're now going to play, and y'all, I mean, it's my favorite game on this channel. It's called the numbers game. The numbers game being, in 1985, he plays 82 games. In 1986, he misses majority of the season because of his broken foot, plays 18 games, goes into the playoffs, puts up over 40 against Bird, McHale, Parrish, you know, the whole crew. 1987, 82 games. 1988, 82 games. 89, 81 games. 1990, 82 games. 91, 82 games. 1992, 80 games. The ones in white are the only seasons in his career he didn't play over 80 games. 1993, he played 78 games, but that's still majority of the season, right? Almost a complete season played. Then he retires in 94, and everybody's saying, like, look, that is the ultimate load management. You retire, you go home. The man played 127 games of baseball from April to September. Nobody said anything about load management in baseball. Nobody said he took days off or anything like that. He was playing a whole other sport. 127 games, and he never missed one. From April to September, he played all of them. Now, 95, he comes back. He comes back later in the year, 17 games. Because he's coming back from retirement, right? 96, 82 games. 97, 82 games. 98, another 82 games. At this point, he's played, what, 13 years in the league? Retires. He's out for 3 years. When he comes back, he is 38 years old. The man is 38 years old. Plays 60 games due to injury. He had to have surgery done on his knee. Swelling, fluid in his knee, all of those things. 2003 rolls around. He's dealing with the same issues to some degree. He plays 82 games at 40 years old. At 40, this man played 82 games. And you're going to talk about, you know, the Washington years and how terrible he was, even though he was averaging 25-5 on about 43% shooting, somewhere around there. He was averaging 25-5 and was still making all-star teams at 40 years old. All right. Now, here's the other aspect of this, right? Load management, and this is what he was talking about. Load management is a strategy to control the physical workload of athletes to optimize performance and health. And just to keep it simple, I took this definition directly from Google, which is what we should be using every time we have these conversations. Just look it up. Make sure we all agree on what exactly it is we're talking about. A strategy to control the physical workload of athletes to optimize performance and health. Methods involve monitoring and adjusting factors like training intensity, frequency, duration, competition time, while ensuring adequate recovery periods. To prevent overtraining and injuries by carefully managing an athlete's physical and mental strain throughout a season or career. Metrics like the ratio of acute, short-term, to chronic, long-term workload are used to ensure increases in training load are gradual and sustainable. Now, when we talk about Michael Jordan and playing the number of games he did every single season, on top of that, we have to mention that once 1990 came around, he was having deep playoff runs throughout the entire time. He was having deep playoff runs. So there's no situation where you're saying, all right, you know, he plays the 82, but no, his season still goes on because he's going to the NBA Finals and he's winning championships. Probably in somewhere around, you know, an extra, just a number off the top of my head, maybe 15 to 20 extra games guaranteed, going from first round all the way to the NBA Finals championship. Shout out Sterl, we here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, here's the other aspect that bothers me. See, Mike dropped this video or this interview, and Jordan stans went crazy. And this happens. You post a LeBron video, they gonna go crazy. They gonna be talking about Jordan this, Jordan that, the slander. You post a Michael Jordan video, I mean, the Jordan stans come out the woodwork like cockroaches. I am a believer that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, but I can still acknowledge that LeBron James is one of the greatest we've ever seen. A 6'9", 270-pound freight train, okay? With the mind of Magic Johnson, and this man is the #1 scorer. I mean, come on now. We got to stop playing around with this. LeBron is great. He's second all time in my opinion. This is the nonsense that I'm talking about. This is the nonsense that I am talking about. I posted the Michael Jordan interview, posted it on TikTok. These are some of the comments that I was getting. Hey, LeBum, you hear the real GOAT talking. Corny.
What?
Corny, man. He wanted to show you the hype was real. GOAT mentality. LeBron could never be greater than Jordan because he's not psychotic. Jordan's psychosis in LeBron's body has more than 6 rings. That's the difference. LeBron is a superior athlete, even a superior player at his peak, but he didn't have crazy drive. Now, I know what I want to say in response, but I'm going to skip saying it and skip straight to this part. All right, now, LeBron fans butthurt. This video had nothing to do with LeBron. Nobody said LeBron's name whatsoever. Not a single soul. Nobody said LeBron at all. A true legend. He thought of everyone because he loved the game and came to play. He wanted the challenge and to snatch out players' hearts. He is the true GOAT. That's my opinion. I agree. Okay. MJ, 11 seasons, 6 championships. LJ on his 23rd season, only 4 championships. Do the math, Jordan haters. Why? Why is this a thing that we have to consistently address? Why is LeBron being brought up? And here's the best one. Here's the best one. LeBron has played only 1 82-game season. Jordan played 9 82-game seasons. Let that sink in. He is the GOAT. Here's what I want to address about the LeBron point. Are we just forgetting a whole chunk of history where, okay, he goes from Cleveland to Miami. From that moment, 2010, 2011 season, all the way to the year 2020, okay? LeBron went to the NBA Finals 9 times in 10 seasons, came away with 4 championships. On top of that, he played 2 Team USA Olympics, right? 2 gold medals. So you're telling me that you don't give him any credit for going to the NBA Finals that amount of times. You don't give him any credit for the number of championships he won in that short window of time, the dominance that he displayed running roughshod over the Eastern Conference. And once AD came to LA, they got a chip, right? No credit for that whatsoever. So you're saying he was just load managing all those years? Come on, man. Miles catch up to everybody. Miles catch up to everybody. We are actively choosing what to remember and what to forget when we discuss LeBron James, when we discuss Michael Jordan on both sides of the aisle. Both group of fans have this amnesia when it comes to the greatness of the other player. And that gets on my absolute last nerve. Before we get into the next topic, check this out real quick.
It's always with you. The rituals, the thrill, the hope and belief, the racing heart, the sweaty palms. It's what keeps you going. Game after game, block after block. The dream that this time might actually just happen. And if it does, well, you played your part along the way.
All right, now, every single season, okay, to start the year, I like to do a way too early MVP. Week 1, week 2, I like to look at, all right, who's playing great, who's doing what in the league. And I say right now, at this point, these 5 or 6 players, we can put them as the front runners for MVP. Like I said, way too early, right? And then we come back at the end of the season, we get our top 5 and compare to see if this player did his thing the entirety of the season. This list is very predictable, but there's two individuals that crashed the party, all right? Obviously, we know the reigning, defending, undisputed MVP and champion Finals MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 34.8 points, 6.2 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 51, 23, 85 splits, and a 5-0 record. They came out of the gate with what? Back-to-back double overtime games? And this man, 35, came into the fourth quarter with 11 points, ended the game with 24, and he ended the game with 24 points across the fourth quarter, across overtime 1 and overtime 2 to pull out the dub. Then you go down to Indiana, 50 ball, right? He's just been the same SGA, and everybody's talking about the free throws. Listen, if he was your favorite player or if he was playing for your team, you would have no issues whatsoever with this man getting to the free throw line. You can't name a single scorer in NBA history that didn't know how to get to the free throw line. D-Wade had his up fake. James Harden had the low pickup through the lane. Kobe was Kobe. The only one we can make a case for and say he didn't really get to the line all that much or as much as he should is LeBron. I hear you, LeBron fans and stans. You're going to bring him up in the conversation. Fine. Okay? That's a fair assessment. LeBron being what he is around the league, everybody should have an understanding like, all right, this dude is getting tackled sometimes. But we got to acknowledge the flops too. And then flopping, I'm not going to get too mad at it because it's an art. You got to know how to play the rule book. That's what James Harden did at one point. SGA is 2.0 in my opinion. Now, moving on. This is my selection for MVP. My selection for MVP. This man is nuts. Nuts. All right, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Y'all know what I meant. 31 points, 13.8 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 60% from the field, 36 from 3, 80 from the free throw line, 4-0 record. And I was of the mindset that he was going to have a dominant year, but you look at the things he was doing in the offseason. You're working on your footwork with Hakeem Olajuwon. You're working on your ball handling with Jamal Crawford. You're at a monk's temple trying to get your mental right. And then once your mental's right, you got to know how to flip that switch so you go have a conversation with Kevin Garnett. Come on, man. This is going to be one of those years that we look back and say, this is when his dominance began. Okay, this is that year where that, because there's another player on the list, we can say the same thing. There's actually 2 other players on the list where we can pinpoint the year and say, this is when that switch flipped for them. This is Wemby's year, man. And then De'Aaron Fox comes back, you have Vassell, you have Castle, you got a squad, you have a team, and then you have a host of others. Others are going to be important when you get to the playoffs. Others are going to be important when you go through this stupid in-season tournament that they got cooked up. But Wemby is a guy that can actually lead now. He's got the mental capacity in the sense that I can, at this age, at this stage of my career, I can handle the pressures of being that guy and playing for a playoff seed, playing for home court, playing for a championship somewhere down the road. He's shown that maturity. This is my MVP right here. Next person. This is making no sense whatsoever to me because they're 3-1 and he's barely even shooting the basketball. Like, he's not really taking a lot of shots. If you go game by game, Jokic not really shooting like that. I mean, there was one game he had a triple-double and he only put up 6 or 7 shots. Like, he's playing with his food at this point. And it makes me mad. He's the most frustrating player in the league simply because, if we're being honest, he don't really want to be here. He would rather be somewhere drinking and watching his horses race. This man is doing this as a pastime for 9 months out of the year. 9 months, 8 or 9 months out of the year. He's doing this as a pastime. He don't want to be here, and he's still averaging 20 points, 14.5 rebounds, 11.3 assists as a center, 57% from the field, 16.7 from 3. That's going to go up. I'm not even concerned about that. 93.3 from the free throw line. Let's say the 3-point percentage goes up. This man is going to be a center, putting up 50, 40, 90. Let's talk about it. Okay, because there's a lot of conversations as to where he ranks all time. Conversations have been uncomfortable because we've been shuffling and moving some players around. Some players, perhaps they might work for ESPN now. They used to work for TNT. They happen to enjoy barbecue chicken. May seem a little concerned about their spot in history with this dude creeping up behind them. I'm not saying that he has taken over Shaquille O'Neal in one of the greatest spots of all time, but I'm saying Shaq should probably hear the footsteps. Not saying he has. I'm just saying by the end of his career, those footsteps might be getting louder and louder. Way too early MVP number 4. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, I think we are it is at a point where we don't fully appreciate him. Okay? This man, albeit 4 games, I know he can sustain it. I know we're going to see 33, 12, 6, 5 or 6 at least, right? These numbers ain't going to look too different by the time the end of the season comes around. 36.3 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists, 69.5% from the field, 57.1% from 3. 64 from the free throw line, but 57.1 from 3 for a dude who we religiously say cannot shoot the basketball. Bully ball, get through the lane, poster, that's his game. And now he's shooting at a higher percentage, not only from the field, but extending it out to the 3-point line, and he's getting everybody involved, facilitating. Giannis is, listen, I love Joker, and I think SGA is phenomenal. But when we factor in dominance, the things he has to do defensively, his ability to improve his game, this man is a multi-time MVP and a defensive player of the year, and we're saying he's getting better. Okay? We're saying he's getting better. So, from my perspective, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in the league. I might be, wrong in some others' eyes. That's just the way I feel about it. His dominance, his talent, his improvement, and already being that guy, I can't argue with the fact that this man could be, actually, I'm not even saying could be. Him and Joker will go down somewhere around that top 10 players to ever play the game. And there's a video, I might react to it. I don't know. I might react to it because there was a lot of profanity. I don't do that a whole lot on the channel. I don't like to play videos where it's too much cussing, but they was having conversations about some of the greatest power forwards of all time, and Giannis was not on that list. I'll let you take a wild guess as to who Shaq and Reggie Miller had on the list of greatest power forwards to ever play the game, they did not mention Giannis. This is the surprise one. This is the surprise one for me, because I would think that, you know, coming out of the gates, I knew they would rely on him more, but I didn't know he was this shifty. I didn't know his bag was like this. Okay. I always talk about, you know, obviously Kyrie comes up. I talk about CJ McCollum, Darius Garland. His bag is completely underrated as far as handling, but combining your bag and your ability to shift and your speed, but his balance when he puts all of that together, Tyrese Maxey is unguardable. He's unguardable. If he has a bad game, that's because he had a bad game. 37.5 points, 3.8 rebounds, 8.3 assists, 45, 47, 87 splits, and they have a 4-0 record. Now, nobody thought Philly would be good. I got them in the play-in, but it's because Maxey, but also you got to give, you know, a shout out to VJ Edgecombe coming in, playing his role, but he's playing it well. Multiple 20-point games already, 34-piece versus the Boston Celtics out the gate. Way too early, but the conversation needs to be had. Tyrese Maxey, I don't know if this is going to get me in trouble or not, but I think he's better than Jalen Brunson. I think he's better than Tyrese Halliburton. I'm not going to say Donovan Mitchell because he's established and all that, but if we're talking about guards out east, I think Maxey might be top 3. I think he might be top 3, and this is only, what, his 4th season? 3rd or 4th season, something like that. It's going to get scary, but it's going to get scary. And guess what? Nobody's even talking about Embiid. This is buying Embiid all the time in the world. Lower his minutes, keep it as low as you want. Let Maxey cook, let VJ Edgecombe cook, let Grimes do his thing, let, you know, Oubre, let all these other players do their thing while Embiid gets healthy and Paul George gets healthy. But man, Tyrese Maxey is one of them ones. This other dude, I hope the Lakers don't do this, because the way they did Anthony Davis leads me to believe that this dude is not safe. But Austin Reeves, I think he needs to be drug tested. That's just my opinion. I think he needs to be drug tested. 34.2 points, 5.6 rebounds, 10 assists, 52.5% from the field, 38.5 from 3, and 89% from the free throw line. Now, look, listen, what he did versus the Kings, I already talked about it, all right? Made them look stupid. Made them look so ridiculously stupid, because you don't change your strategy and the dude is already on fire, so we're going to stay in drop coverage. That's what you're saying. All right, cool. Austin Reeves read it, had a field day, 51 piece. Thank you, Sacramento Queens. And then you drop 41 the next game. All right, cool. You got to cool off at some point, which he did. Only had 28 points versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, but he had 16 assists. Come on, man. Nobody's seen this coming, and the conversation is going to be had, and I'm going to be the first one to acknowledge it. We got to start talking about the Austin Reeves, Tyler Hero conversation, simply because time and time and time again, obviously we know, all right, we know that Austin Reeves and Tyler Hero are Caucasian, all right? We already know. Elephant in the room. Who knew, right? So they're going to be compared every time they do something great. I don't know if Tyler Hero was doing this without Bam and Jimmy in the lineup. I've seen Tyler go off. I've seen him go crazy. Heck, I've seen Tyler drop 31, 34 on Austin Reeves, on the Lakers. Go crazy with Anthony Davis guarding him. I've seen that. But I don't know if he's doing this. I don't know if he's doing that. All right, Austin Reeves is playing on another level right now. Get this video a like, subscribe to the channel. We coming right back after top 5.
Welcome to Outside the Playbook's Top 5, In this edition, we will be listing our top 5 dunks to start the NBA season. Number 5.
Shot blocker from being effective. Just float it up there so he can pick it out of the air. Take it right straight.
Number 4.
Scotty Barnes misses. He's back in the game. Now it's running. That's what I'm talking about. Get this man in space and watch him climb the mountain. Stretch it out.
Number 3.
Comes in at 2-0. Big flush on Yeka. Tonight's game from Atlanta is presented by Racetrack. Onyeka with the powerful right hand.
Number 2.
Number 125-92 win over the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas. First play of the home opener. See, gets there.
Number 1.
Edwards going to get caught with a foul as we watch this highlight. What a great screen by Murray. Just put it out there. It's an easy pass because you know you don't get it. And then Gordon said, let me do a little something pretty with it.
So at the free throw line.
That rounds out our list of top 5 dunks to start the NBA season. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tune in next week for another edition of Outside the Playbook's Top 5.
One more for the good guys.
All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome to Outside the Playbook. Get this video, like, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be reacting to a video I came across, and this is a very important conversation, all right, because you look at other leagues around the world, right, or you look at other professional leagues. You look at, you know, the NFL. Tom Brady's retiring. Who can take the torch and be the next guy? Pat Mahomes comes along. Then you add in Lamar and Josh Allen. The league is in good hands, right? You look at Major League Baseball. Aaron Judge, Ohtani. The league is in good hands. The question for the NBA has been, LeBron is older. Steph Curry is older. Kevin Durant is older. Who do we have next coming down the line, right? Who do we hand the league off to as the face of the league? And there are a number of options. But I came across this video where he's going down the list of every single potential face of the NBA. And it creates a crazy, crazy dialogue and it exposes quite a bit. But I want to watch it.
The year is 2014. The San Antonio Spurs just won their 5th championship in franchise history. Carmelo Anthony was one of the best scorers in the league. Your favorite center was getting yammed on by Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. And LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh.
Amazing time to be an NBA
fan. Now,
fan.
2014 seems like it was a lifetime ago.
2012 to 2014, my favorite time as a basketball fan. Favorite time as a basketball fan. The team in green, Chicago, Clippers, Lakers, Heat, OKC, New York. The league was loaded with talent, man. And it wasn't just like top heavy where there's only a handful of teams that can win the chip. The league was stacked. The league was stacked.
But I want you to guess the most sold jersey in the NBA
Spurs.
that year. Was it option A, Carmelo Anthony, option B, LeBron James, option C, Kobe Bryant, or option D, Derrick Rose?
I go LeBron.
If you said LeBron James, you'd be correct. And you'd also be correct for the 2015 season. Steph Curry overtook LeBron in 2016 as the most sold jersey, having one of the greatest offensive seasons of all time. But from there, either Steph Curry or LeBron James was the most sold NBA jersey.
All right, so we got LeBron, Steph, LeBron, Steph, Luka. And this also begs the question is, whose era was it? Everybody's being, trolling, talking about, hey, it's actually Steph's because he got 4 in LeBron's era, and most of them came against LeBron. Fair argument, but come on now. All right, we know whose era it was.
For about the next decade, it took a once-in-a-lifetime trade of one of the greatest players of our generation going to the biggest market in the NBA for this trend to finally die. Even with the Luka trade, Steph Curry and LeBron James still finished within the top 3. The NBA is having a face of the league problem right now. With all these young and bright superstars, we cannot keep relying on a near 41-year-old going into his 23rd season and a 37-year-old 6'3" guard to keep the NBA afloat, but we still insist on it anyways. With the superhuman longevity that LeBron James and Steph Curry have shown us, coupled with the parity of dominance in the league right now, we still don't have a clear answer for who will take the throne once the king and the chef leave. We might be in trouble, because in today's video, we're gonna...
Now, here's one part of the conversation that we have to discuss, okay? LeBron James is the face of the league. It was Kobe at one point. It was Michael Jordan at one point, Magic and Bird. We've never had a face of the league that was a European player. We've never had that. This is what the league is facing now. We've prided ourselves on saying this is America's game. Team USA, rah, rah, right? This is our pride. Saying this is our game. We made this game. We're dominant. We're the best at it. Can't nobody do it better than us. Then comes along Giannis, Joker, Embiid, now Wemby, Luka, SGA. All of these European players are taking over the game, and you got to go maybe 7, 8, 9, or 10 before you even find the next American player in the top 10 rankings. Before you get to the next American player. This is what we're looking at right now. There has to be somebody on this list that, and I don't even know if he's going to be on this list, but I'm assuming he will, that has to think, man, maybe if I didn't fool around on social media with a certain weapon in my hand, I could have been, never mind. But you see where I'm going with it, right?
Expose your favorite young star looking to claim the throne of the future. This is why your favorite superstar won't be the next face of the NBA.
What? No.
Tyrese.
We don't even got to talk about it. Instant no. Ooh, I like this. I like the consideration of what's next. I disagree. The identity is changing. You have better players here now. Built a team around him. He's just got to go out and be that guy. But I think Cade can be a candidate. 6'8" PG, shoot, score, handle. I think he could be in the
Cade
running.
Cunningham has already established himself as one of the best players in the league. He's a 6'6" point guard with strength, athleticism, and a super polished offensive game already. Cade Cunningham is one of 9 players in the NBA last season that had a total production value of over 40.
Okay. Production value over 40. Wow. First of all, guess who? But more than Tatum, higher than Trae Young. I did not know that. Wow. Okay.
Points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. As a matter of fact, Cade Cunningham ranked 4th place, only behind Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and
the three MVPs.
It's pretty obvious that Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons are only on the way up, but the face of the league might be a bit much right now. To be the face, the first step is to actually be on the court consistently. Cade Cunningham, over his first possible 308 NBA games he could have played in, missed about 38% of them, or 120 missed games to be exact. Trying to become the face of the league when playing in Detroit, Michigan is practically a death sentence. In order for Cade to
chill on us, please. Chill on us. I'm not even a heavy Pistons fan, but chill out.
have a shot at putting his name in this discussion, he'll need to bring the Pistons back to their former glory of contending for championships year in and year out. In addition, Cade will need to put up scoring numbers so unbelievably large to ignore, just to take the attention off other players with better odds of claiming the face. The chances of this happening, I'm not so sure of.
Fair, all fair arguments. Look, he's not telling any lies. Wait a minute. He's not sugarcoating at all. But LaMelo does play for a terrible team. He does play for a terrible team, and the best season that he's had, it's been what, 10th seed? That's his best season. So he's not telling any lies.
If we watched basketball for pure entertainment of the players and didn't give two craps about the score of the game, LaMelo Ball might already be the new face. He pulls off moves,
and high school players love him. My players will attest to that.
That would have your roster spot on the team questioned just a few decades ago. His playmaking, scoring, and feel for the game are next level and just stuff you can't teach. And he's already one of the most beloved players in the league right now. But this isn't pickup basketball, bro. If we were to compare NBA superstars to food restaurants, LaMelo Ball would be McDonald's. When you eat at McDonald's, it tastes like heaven at first, but then you instantly regret it 20 minutes later. LaMelo Ball will give you the loudest 25 and 8 a night with and one mixtape type buckets. But then you look up at the scoreboard and see the Hornets are losing by 30 and routinely have about 20 victories in the win column by April every.
This is with LaMelo. This happens whether he's playing or not. You're still going to be from here or lower.
Year like clockwork. In order for LaMelo Ball to even get some consideration for the face of the league, he needs to show some promise of leading his team to wins and eventually playoff success. It's tough to be the next face of the league when we never see you play come May and June.
Fair. What? Wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish, and now I'm gonna respond.
Paolo Banchero has quickly become one of the scariest matchup nightmares the league has ever seen.
No spark, and then you start with a poster.
He's a 6'10 forward with guard skills and athleticism. He routinely bodies smaller defenders and always blows by big men who dare to guard him on the perimeter. I mean, they don't call this guy the mini LeBron for nothing, but for Paolo to get even close.
No spark again, and he's going toe-to-toe with the NBA's head crash out.
Should know your role and shut your mouth.
Close to LeBron's level, it's going to take a lot. Paolo Banchero simply doesn't draw in the attention that pretty much everyone else does. His game isn't flashy and exciting to watch at all for casual fans, and his personality doesn't mirror that of a true charismatic face of the league. If Paolo wants any shot at becoming the next face, he'll need to put up unreal and unhuman numbers to make up for his playstyle and personality, and he'll need to lead Orlando on many.
This doesn't make sense. I 100% disagree with all of this. I disagree with all of this.
Deep playoff runs. The odds aren't stacked.
Wait a minute. No. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, because see, he's the only one you didn't show numbers for. We're not doing that. You showed numbers for everybody else. Yeah, nah, this ain't it, fam. This ain't it. You said he's got to show the numbers. 22, 7, and 4.6. Last season, what did he do? Okay, he played 46 games, down year. But even in 46 games, 25.9, 7.5 rebounds, 4.8 assists. His second year in the league, 22, 5.4, 7, 20, 4, and 7. What exactly are we saying when it comes to Paolo Banchero that he's not I don't understand this one. And you saying he doesn't have the mold, or come on, man. Let's be honest.
And he'll be fighting a mountain to win this battle.
Yeah, I agree.
Jalen Brunson single-handedly brought back playoff basketball.
Not with the point about him being too small. I agree that he can't be the face of the league. Yeah, I just don't think he could be the face of the league. Both of these are true. But again, like I said, I didn't know if he was going to be on the list, but it's true for both of them.
I put Ja Morant and Zion Williamson in the same spot for a pretty good reason. Both players are athletic phenoms that sell out arenas quicker than you can say RAPE. Ja Morant instantly took Memphis from a team that was in the gutter.
I'm sorry.
Phenoms that sell out arenas quicker than you can say RAPE. Ja Morant instantly took Memphis from a team that was in the gutter into a legit contender in the West. Zion Williamson was seen at one point as a generational talent with insane efficiency around the rim. He was even hyper efficient when he made it to the NBA, but they both suffered from the same problems. Off the court, they just can't keep it together. Ja Morant, at the height of his fame in 2023, flashed a firearm on social media and got suspended for most of the 2024 season. And more importantly, lost any of his marketability. But Zion Williamson might be even worse. Off the court, Zion has been struggling with weight issues for about a half a decade at this point.
He looks absolutely amazing right now. Lost weight, and he's moving very well.
At least Ja Morant is on the floor playing basketball games when he isn't suspended. Zion Williamson, during his first 6 seasons in the league, where he had the potential to play 470 total games. You want to guess how many games he's actually laced up for?
Probably 80 something.
Only 214 of them.
See, I was joking, but
even worse, Zion about 2 months ago was sued for RAPE allegations with quote-unquote years of abuse. It's tough for the number 1 and 2 picks of the 2019 NBA draft to become the face of the league when you can't even keep a clean image for yourself.
Yep, let's talk about it. See, you're going to make me defend someone from the team in green. I'm not even gonna go into that to hear what you had to say before I respond. 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, All-Star Game MVP, All-Rookie Team, NBA champion. Again, 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA. He has been in the league a complete number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. 6 All-Stars and 5 All-NBAs. Come on, man.
Jason Tatum has proved he's already one of the next contenders for the face of the league. Deuce has been producing at an elite level for about a half a decade so far, both offensively and defensively. He's been on the All-NBA first team since 2022 and has had more playoff success than most all-time greats around his age.
Let's put it to you like this. Let's see. Tyrese, Cade, LaMelo, Paolo? Brunson. He's had more playoff success than pretty much all of these players combined. I don't even have to check. All of these players combined. I mean, sure, he had a couple years where Miami dog walked them in the playoffs. Who hasn't? But to say he doesn't have awards.
But unfortunately for Tatum, his window might have already closed even before it opened. An Achilles tear is an injury you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. Most players have never came back the same after this tragedy. Outside of Kevin Durant, of the stars that have suffered this major injury, none of them have came back to the league with the same production, which is pretty bad news for Tatum. because his best might not even be good enough. If you want to be the face of the league, your dominance cannot be put into question. Normally, when your team does really well in the regular season, this is normally the time where the superstar in this team cashes in their check and normally wins some big award like the MVP, right? Well, in 2024, when the Celtics finished with a 64-18 record, 7 wins better than any other team, by the way, Tatum didn't even finish top 5 in MVP voting. It's not Tatum.
Yeah, but I think you also have to factor in that season they were blowing teams out consistently. I mean, didn't OKC overtake them as the team in the NBA history with, you know, as far as point differential or whatever? They were blowing teams out consistently. I got to fact check that, but they were winning games by 20, 25, 30 every single night. He's not going to have the same numbers as two guys that consistently are in close games. Giannis, who plays a very different brand of basketball, and there's really nobody else on his team. And then same thing with Joker, and then you have SG. I'm making excuses for a guy on the team in green. This makes no sense.
Celtics. It's just the Boston Celtics, with Jason Tatum along for the ride. Additionally, in 2024, Jaylen Brown won both the conference finals.
I gotta check something. I gotta correct something. I said that Jaylen Brown was better than Jason Tatum. Excuse me. My bad. I was wrong. I was trolling. Like I said, I don't like the team in green, so sometimes it might make me say things that don't make sense. My bad. Okay?
You didn't say that. Tell me you didn't just say that.
I did, King Booker. I did. That's my fault.
And finals MVP. After Tatum's career-threatening injury and the Celtics' age and contract starting to catch up to them, their championship window that most faces of the league capitalize on might have already ended. You need to win consistently and take home big-time awards to call yourself the face of the NBA, and Tatum hasn't done.
That's fair, but not his fault.
Either.
Who we got next? Whoa, the allegations are unbelievable. Choker. That's tough. That's a hard pill to swallow. Okay, I'm sorry.
Anthony Edwards, over the last 2 seasons, has quickly put himself in the conversation as the next face of the league. There's no better way to cement yourself in this conversation as Anthony Edwards, over the last 2 seasons, has quickly put himself in the conversation as the next face of the league. There's no better way to cement yourself in this discussion than to beat the current faces of the NBA during the postseason. The true passing of the torch, am I right? Ant has the excitement of a Jordan or LeBron. He has the mentality of the Mamba and the charisma and personality of all of the previous faces of the league. But Ant is still missing one thing though. In order to really put yourself in that face of the league conversation, you need more than just a couple cute conference finals runs.
Oh, you are wildin'.
You didn't say that. Tell me you didn't just say that. You should know your role and shut your mouth.
What?
Oh, okay. Let's do it. You know, I don't even have to look this up. You beat Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. You beat Nikola Jokic. You beat LeBron James and Luka Doncic. You've beaten everybody. A couple of cute conference finals appearances. What the... This is insane.
Imagine you're at your family's summer cookout and you finally beat that one uncle in a 1v1, but then your cousin comes and whoops your ass the next game. That's the situation that Anthony Edwards finds himself in right now. You can beat all the old heads you want in the playoffs, but if you can't finish the job against the other next potential faces of the league, those wins don't really mean a lot. You need to finish the job and come back home with the Larry O'Brien trophy in your hands if you want to be the next face of the league.
Bro, look, okay? Here's what happened, okay? First of all, You beat Phoenix, then you beat Denver. Nikola Jokic is recognized as the best player in the league, so don't do that. Don't diminish that. Okay. Next, in the conference finals, he put up 25, 8.8, and 7.8 assists. What more do you want from him? What more do you want from him in that? You got your, come on, man. Stop. Don't cap. Okay? That was in the conference finals versus Dallas. Let's look what happened last year in the conference finals. All right, you go 5 games versus OKC. I will give you this. I'll give you this one. But he still shot 47% from the field, 30% from 3. Obviously, that was a point of emphasis. 48%, 68% from the line. All right, I'll give you the SGA point. But he did beat Nikola Jokic, so it's not like he just going crazy on all the unks. All right, don't do that. This is fair.
Luka Doncic, at just the age of 26, has already proved that he's a generational talent. Doncic, in his last healthy season in the league, averaged
He's
near
like reverse Jason Kidd. Back in the day when J Kidd first got in the league, they used to call him Ace and Kidd because he ain't have a J. So this is the opposite. He can score, he can do all that, he can handle. Man cannot guard anybody. It doesn't matter whose life is on the line. He's not guarding a soul.
Triple-double while knocking off your favorite Western Conference contender in 2024 to bring Dallas to its first NBA Finals appearance since another white superstar was on this team. Luka Doncic, already at the age of 26, has 5 All-NBA first-team selections. Not even Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, Dwayne Wade, Allen Iverson, or Scottie Pippen could do that, by the way. But let's slow down 1 second. Luka Doncic is a one-of-one talent on offense, but the defense simply isn't there. I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah, that's terrible.
His weight and conditioning issues have held him back his entire career. I mean, this is
the one I want to talk about. Injuries is the argument against Wemby, okay?
The alien Victor Wembanyama has got off to a start in the NBA that even the GOATs couldn't get off to. In his first 117 games.
What?
I'm not even going to rewind that.
Wemby has scored more total points than LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, and Jason Tatum at the same stages of their careers. He's came down with more rebounds than 7'6" Yao Ming, Timberwolves' Kevin Love, Dwight Howard, and he even out-rebounded the Mount round of rebound. He has rejected more shots into the stands than legends like Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, Shaq, and Mr. Fingerwag Dikembe Mutombo. And he's drained more threes than Ray Allen, James Harden, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry throughout their first 117 games. But
wow, first of all, all of this is insane. All right, let's point that out. All of this is absolutely insane to be in any of these categories. But he's going to talk about injuries. Mind you, year 1 he played 71 games. I think that's decent. That's pretty good. Year 2 he played 46 games. That's one season where he dealt with injuries. Partly, they shut him down and told him he wasn't playing anymore. That's not the same. Okay, so we got to make sure we're being honest when we have this conversation.
Wemby's in for a rude awakening to claim this title of the face of the league. We've only seen 17 NBA players who were 7'3" or taller, and only 8 of them have played a significant career in the NBA. As a matter of fact, 7 of the 8 Giants that have played in the NBA played less than 12 seasons. The one exception was 7'3" big man Rick Smits for the Indiana Pacers in the 90s.
Shout out to Rick Smits.
A decent all-star, but far from what Wemby aspires his career to be like. The truth is, if you want to be the face of the NBA, you need to play basketball for a really, really long time. Looking at the last 4 faces of the league, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, and Steph, all 4 of these players played 15 plus seasons, played at least 1,000 games in the league, and extended their primes well into their late 30s and even early 40s. Wemby is a generational talent, but he's playing in an era where it's near impossible to stack awards like MVPs, Finals MVPs, championships, and even Defensive Player of the Years. A true requirement of being the face is having the hardware to back up the title. His competition for these awards and the face of the league is unreal. If Wemby can't play a long and fruitful career and can't rack up the hardware of the previous stars, I don't see him taking the throne.
Okay. You should have said this at the start of the video that you're an SGA fan. It would have been simple. We would have got to the point. But you decided to hide that. Oh, say flowers. All right, you decided to hide that information for us. That's fine. Okay, just say you're an SGA fan. Flopper. Insane.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander realistically has the best odds to become the next face of the NBA. To be the face of the league, you need to check off a lot of boxes, and luckily Shai has been on a mission at just 27 years old. To be the face, you need to be an undeniable talent, where people can unanimously agree you're a top.
Why did y'all have to use that? Why did you have to use that Kobe
shot? So far,
shot?
Shai's done that, and he's on that path.
Why y'all gotta treat D-Wade like
have
this?
Your name written all over the most prestigious awards in the league. Well, Shai just came off the most accomplished season since Prime Shaq, or even Michael Jordan. Next, your team of course needs to win championships pretty consistently for about a span of a decade. The OKC Thunder just won a title this year and have one of the youngest teams in the league, with no signs of chemistry issues or egos colliding, with a mountain of draft picks still available in the next few years. Finally, you need to be a charismatic figure who even transcends just basketball, but makes his way into modern culture. Well, I'm not so sure if Shai's done all of that, but he definitely has a larger-than-life personality to him. But there's just one issue for SGA. We're playing in an era where it's harder than ever to stack championships, Finals MVPs, All-NBA first teams, and any other awards you can think of. We've seen 7 new NBA champs over the last 7 years, and based off what the NBA looks like right now, I doubt this trend will stop anytime soon. The competition in the NBA right now is like no other era. SGA clearly has the talent to be the next face, but can the Thunder...
And this is the... It's a separate argument for a separate video. It's not as much calm as you think it is. It's not. Every year we say the same handful of teams. We're always going to talk about the team in green. No Tatum, right? So we're going to talk about the next team, which is the wine and gold. And we're going to talk about the Knicks. That's out east. Out west, we're going to talk about OKC. We're going to talk about Denver and Golden State. Every year, it's the same. It is the exact same every year.
Consistently be a top contending team for a championship, and can SGA consistently keep his name in the MVP race and the best player in the league discussion?
Ooh,
after this, it's only up to the fans if they accept him. Shai can be as good as he wants to, but if the fans see you as a free throw merchant that needs to act like a fish flopping out of water just to score, fans won't just anoint you as the next face of the league just because you're successful. If you want to be the next face of the league, fans need to accept your greatness. It can't be forced down their throats.
There's somebody missing. Who didn't he talk about? Oh.
So, did your next pick for the future face of the NBA get exposed? Let me know in the comments who you think will succeed LeBron, Steph, and KD. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and sub. See ya.
I will give you that like. He didn't talk about Joker, didn't talk about Giannis. In my opinion, I think it's got to be Wemby, but for the sake of the conversation about it being America's game, it has to be Anthony Edwards. It has to be, because guess what? These two right here, Ja Morant and Zion, they dropped the ball. If they can pick it up or not, that's up to them. But right now, it's Anthony Edwards, position in the NBA or spot amongst the greats, in the NBA, however you want to phrase that, it's his to lose. But get this video a like, subscribe to the channel, click the link down below to check out discounts on brands like Fanatics, Dad Gang, and Dubby. That's one more for the good guys.